Hello everyone and all our love bugs. Back to this edition of Stirring It Up with me, your host, Tiara Monique, hitting you up from the sunny hills of Hollywood, California, reaching out to all our friends and our subscribers, of course, from the West Coast to the East Coast, bringing you all the latest news, gossip, pop culture, people doing, say, the darndest things, and what the F. So grab your drink, grab your friend, grab a seat. Join us for these few moments of your wonderful time for some exclusive, inclusive bullshit. So, you ready? Because I'm ready. Now here it goes.
Last week, Ku Klux Klan propaganda showed up on the front lawns of dozens of homes in Huntington Beach, California. The flyer, with images of white hoods and the Confederate flag, announced plans for a White Lives Matter rally on April 11th. Also, it had the phone number so you could call directly and talk to Tucker Carlson. News of the Klan rally in Huntington Beach actually didn't come as much of a surprise. The area has a long history of supporting white supremacy and racism. For instance, all of the pillowcases at the local Bed Bath & Beyond come with eye holes already cut out. Since the closest that I've come to being at a white supremacist rally is the last time I went to a Trump event, on April 11th, I drove to Huntington Beach. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm headed to a Ku Klux Klan rally to find out what the community's response was going to be. I also wanted to know whose rights the cops were going to really protect, those of the Ku Klux Klan or the members of Black Lives Matter who had planned a counter demonstration. Black Lives Matter and their supporters were demanding an end to police brutality.
But again, if anybody wants to speak, this is not just my space, this is our space.
An end to the murder of innocent blacks by cops, and an answer to this question. Why do black beans come in a metal can that you can't see through, and white beans come in a clear glass jar? Minutes after the event began, this man got arrested. He wasn't rioting, looting, destroying property. He wasn't fighting or violent. He was doing something, actually, it turns out, much, much more dangerous.
Unity and community, I can go with that, but God is not the author of confusion. And if we gonna act like children in this country, okay, God needs to separate us.
He was exercising his First Amendment right. As this guy spoke about peace and unity, he used a microphone to amplify his voice, which is a violation and against the law in Huntington Beach. My guess, by the way, if he was amplifying his voice to say that Tom Hanks eats dead babies, not only would the cops have applauded, they also would have brought him a much longer extension cord. Boy, that was a colossal surprise. That guy was just talking about his opinion, shouting into a microphone. He wasn't doing anything wrong, and the police just took him away.
This is what we're protesting right here. It's because minorities do not feel safe inside this community.
As I watched this man get taken away, it dawned on me, for fuck's sake, how many white cops does it take to arrest one peaceful black man with a microphone? Hey, how come they arrested you? How come they arrested you? If you're playing along at home in this game, the answer is 7. It takes 7 white Huntington Beach cops to arrest one peaceful black man with a microphone. Hey, could you just tell me one more time why they arrested you? Also, by the way, if you find yourself in Huntington Beach, it is also against the law for one redheaded Jewish kid from Long Island to watch as one black man with a microphone gets arrested by 7 white cops.
Stop coming up over here.
I
don't care. I told you to stay back.
Okay.
Okay? If you don't, you're going to be arrested.
For what?
For 148.
What's that?
Look it up.
Okay, I have a puppy.
I don't care.
I'm just saying I have a puppy.
Well, we'll take you to jail too.
All right, so you're going to take the puppy to jail.
Sure, we have a jail.
All right, that's Officer Higgs, who said he's going to take a puppy to jail. Now, for the record, Luka later told me that it's a good thing that that cop did not arrest him because he would have, quote, cut a bitch. Because that's how he rolls. Okay. Anyway, back to our story. As I pondered how many white cops it takes to arrest one black man with a microphone, I asked myself this. Boy, that is a lot of white cops. I wonder if there are any black police officers in Huntington Beach.
What was that about? Y'all did that whole show for what? Excuse me.
In a press release a day before the planned Klan rally, the Huntington Beach police chief said, quote, "The city of Huntington Beach proudly stands by the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion." Now, this emphatic message of hope, clearly written by Meg, who has a tattoo of Chris Daughtry and works in the communications office and is not the chief of police, well, it gave me a modicum of hope. Okay, look, maybe not a modicum, more like a speck of hope. Actually, is there a unit of measurement smaller than a speck? Anyway, spoiler alert, my enthusiasm did not last long. To find out about the racial makeup of the Huntington Beach Police Department, the first thing that I did when I got home is search Huntington Beach Police Department on Google Images. Anyway, hundreds of photos showed up. Here's just a sample. And guess what? I could not find a single photo that featured a black police officer, not one black cop. Now look, does that mean anything? I don't know. Maybe Huntington Beach has an unusually high number of black cops who are camera shy. I mean, that could be, right? Up next, I looked for black police officers on the official Facebook page of the Huntington Beach Police Department. They have put up 96 timeline photos since 2015. Those photos feature 38 individual police officers. And of those 38 cops seen in the photos, there's one black female police officer. Okay, look, and I get that is not great, but it's not nothing. It is, however, well, nothing adjacent. Anyway, next, I looked at copies of the Huntington Beach Police Department's quarterly journal, because I was having trouble falling asleep. Anyway, for the most recent year, the 4 issues total more than 100 pages. And great news, it features a surprising number of ads by lawyers offering to defend anyone who stormed the Capitol. Also, the journal features dozens and dozens of photos of cops in uniform, none of whom are black. So next, I checked the official web page of the Huntington Beach Police. And look, no surprise here, there were no pictures of black cops. Also, I checked the ethnicity of the department's 10 board of directors. You want to guess how many of those are black? Do you give up? 7. I'm kidding, of course it's 0. There are no black members of the board of directors. Come on. But does that make them racist? I mean, it could, right? Like, let's look at some of their crime-fighting statistics, okay? What if you found out that blacks are arrested much more frequently than whites in Huntington Beach? And what if that number was pretty significant and that, well, that could indicate something, right? So I went to the official logs of arrests put out by the Huntington Beach Police Department itself. These official logs give you the name of the person arrested, what they were charged with, and also it indicates the race of the accused perpetrator. I sampled numerous months going back over the course of 5 years. And on average, blacks make up 5% of those arrested each month in Huntington Beach. 5%. Now look, that might not seem like a lot. However, in Huntington Beach, blacks are just 1% of the population, and yet they are 5% of those arrested. If you're black, you are 400% more likely to be arrested in Huntington Beach than you are if you are white.
Unity and community, I can go with that, but God is not the author of confusion.
Okay, so look, so far we've got a lot of smoke, but there's one other thing that I could actually check, and that's all the video that I shot on April 11th. So that's what I did. I went back to my footage and I watched everything that I had shot over the course of 3.5 hours, and I counted up each individual cop that I saw, and then I divided them into 2 groups, cops who are black and cops who are every other skin color. Here, take a look. as you saw, I counted 191 cops on the scene. And of those 191 cops, none of them were black. Zero. 191 cops, none of them were black. I did not see even one black cop that day. And adding insult to injury, remember that one black cop whose picture was on the Huntington Police Department's Facebook page? Yeah, it turns out that she's not a cop from Huntington Beach at all. In fact, she's a model who appears in the first stock photo on the website Shutterstock when you search for black police officer. Now look, I get it. Maybe I miscounted or maybe I misidentified people. But even then, what? Maybe I did it twice or 3 times or 4 times. According to their official website, there are 222 cops in Huntington Beach, right? If there are 3 or 4 or 5 black cops, is that a game changer? I don't think so. Look, that said, the paucity of black cops in Huntington Beach is actually not that far off from police departments across the country. According to the latest statistics from the US Census, blacks make up just 12.5% of the nation's police force. 67% of cops are white. Even worse, 100% of cops have all seen every Steven Seagal movie. In the last few years, we have seen an obvious and disturbing increase in the number of African Americans killed by police. One positive result to emerge from this tragedy is the birth of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Out here for a peaceful message. I don't see anybody throwing anything. No one's out here fighting, and they're already arresting our people. Specifically about me. This is about us as a community. I never asked for all this attention. I made a call for action, and I gathered attention due to my call of action and due to BLM LA. Shout out to them. Shout out. I haven't said anything, we haven't done anything, but as you can see right over there, our boy's getting arrested, he's being put in handcuffs, he's being taken to jail right now.
Getting people to pay attention to a problem is the first step towards, well, I don't know, maybe it's something better. I don't know, maybe I'm naive, I don't know. Look, anyway, the point is, putting cops on trial who commit egregious acts of murder, well, that is at least a good step in the right direction. And another step in the right direction would be for police departments across the US to hire more black police officers. And look, I don't know if it's systemic racism that keeps black out of the police force, or if it's that black Americans have lost faith in the criminal justice system and so they don't join. In which case, both of those things are bad. And look, I do not have a solution or even an idea how to make police departments hire more blacks or to get more blacks to apply to become law enforcement officers, right? But I'm told that pointing out a problem and spreading that news widely, actually it probably won't help that much in the short run, but at least it's a step in the right direction.
All right, beautiful people, that wraps it up for another edition of Stirring It Out with me, Tiara Monique. We have to thank John, everyone, over at Be Less Stupid for him taking his white privilege and using it to help people of color. Yes, ringing those alarms. Thank you, John, and we appreciate you and much love. Also giving love out to Darion Thomas, who became a love bug. Yes, he did. Welcome to the family. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, it's quite riveting. Huntington Beach, we're watching you. And America, we're watching you as well. So guys, until next time, and there will be a next time, take care of yourself out here in these streets.